House, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, gave the charge while presiding over the screening exercise at the Assembly Complex Okemoson, Abeokuta. The exercise covered the House of Assembly Service Commission, Local Government Service Commission, Teaching Service Commission, and the Judicial Service Commission. The importance of their experiences, the Speaker said the nominees would be instrumental in advancing the vision of their commission once confirmed by the Assembly and formally inaugurated by the governor. He aligned their responsibilities with the Ishaya mantra of Dapo Abiodun-led administration. Right Honorable Elemide commended the governor for presenting a list of well-qualified individuals, including former lawmakers, political appointees, and professionals with diverse backgrounds. He also encouraged the nominees to maintain a strong working relationship with the legislature and to develop sound policies and guidelines that will reposition the state's public service for peak performance. In their individual remarks, the nominees expressed readiness to serve with integrity, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. Meanwhile, as part of the ongoing 2025 audit exercise, the State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption, has reviewed the financial reports of the State's Property and Investment Corporation, (OPIC). Following the review, the committee enjoined the corporation's management team to submit additional financial documents to support its audit process. Chairman of the committee, Assemblyman Damilare Bello, told the team, led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Housing, Mr. Farouk Adenuba, to provide detailed explanatory documents covering roads and bridges, procurement procedures, maintenance services, insurance premiums, internally generated revenue, sales of residential housing units, plot allocations, and layout fees within the period under review. The committee further mandated the corporation to present records of cash inflows and outflows to the Office of the Auditor General for thorough verification and documentation. Similarly, the committee reviewed the financial records of the State Ministry of Environment as presented by the Director of Research and Statistics, Mr. Kayode Akinwande. The ministry was directed to submit supplementary documents clarifying issues related to environmental impact assessment fees, zoological parks, and nature reserves, as well as other revenue-related fines. In response, Mr. Adenuba and Mr. Kinwande assured the committee of their readiness to comply with the directives and submit the requested documents promptly. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, received the management team of the Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, led by the Provost, Dr. Rafiu Shoyele. The delegation was commended for the institution's strides in infrastructural development and academic advancements. You're listening to the State News on OGBC 90.5 FM. The wife of the governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has advised mothers and stakeholders in the state to make the health of children a priority by embracing measles rubella vaccine and educate others about its importance and the need to save children from measles and rubella. Mrs. Abiodun gave the charge at the sensitization program organized by Ajoshipo Foundation in partnership with Center for Wellbeing and Integrated Solutions for local government chairmen, wives, and stakeholders across the state on measles and rubella vaccine scheduled to roll out nationwide in October. She also asked mothers, stakeholders, civil societies, religious and traditional leaders to support the propagating the importance of measles and rubella vaccine in the states, while charging the wives of the local government chairmen and other stakeholders to take the campaign to the grassroots, making Nigerian children informed that the MR vaccine is not only a life-saving intervention, but also an investment in the future of children by preventing the spread of deadly diseases and avoiding the cost of long-term disability and hospitalizations. New executives have been elected to pilot the affairs of permanent secretaries, general managers, and the clerk of house, as well as other heads of government agencies. The election was held during the training on strategic leadership and management course at the Obasikiru Adetona School of Governance Studies, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwe. The permanent secretary, Ministry of Forestry, Dr. Adekunle Oyesunwe, emerged as the president, while his counterpart in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Adewale, is the vice president. The executive secretary, Afolabi, was elected as secretary, and the principal general, Remo Division, Teaching Service Commission, Dr. Ayodele Wumiloju, is the welfare officer. The general manager, OGBC, Mrs. Toyin Shobeson, was elected as the public relations officer, while the treasurer position went to the permanent secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Oloko, and the auditor general for the local government, Mr. Muleru Ajani, is the financial secretary. Presenting the new officers to the director of the center, Professor Shola Adeyanju, the permanent secretary, Bureau of Establishment and Training, Mrs. Lydia Fajombo, who represented the head of service, Mr. Kehinde Onosanya, thanked the governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for his approval of the training. The economic and psychological effects of Ponzi schemes are numerous. It is therefore important for individuals to invest in any unregulated trade or financial scheme to avoid being victims of Ponzi schemes. A financial expert, Mr. Mustafa Babalola, came up with this in an interview on the effects of Ponzi scheme on the society, pointing out that though early investors of a Ponzi scheme may profit at the expense of later investors, Mr. Babalola noted that the unregulated trade are unreliable. He cautioned Nigerians venturing into the scheme with their assets, which can be catastrophic when it crashes, saying the victims of Ponzi schemes can experience stress, anxiety, and depression. The financial experts urge investors to put money into local businesses to grow local economy instead of investing in Ponzi schemes that are not sustainable. He listed some warning signs of Ponzi schemes to include high returns, lack of transparency, the pressure to invest quickly, difficulty with withdrawals, no legitimate model, unlicensed individuals or entities, testimonials from investors, and it is always too good to be true. The trial of civil actions in the High Court of Justice, Ogun State, will be discontinued as from Thursday, 17th April till Friday, 25th April. A statement from the office of the Chief Judge, Justice Mosumola Dupelu, has it that normal court sitting will resume on Monday, 28th April. It says during the period, criminal matters will be taken and urgent civil matters will be heard only be on leave the application of the parties to the suits or their counsel. State news, another look at the major items. Presiding over the screening exercise, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, charged the nominees for key statutory commissions to formulate impactful strategies that will enhance the effectiveness of their respective commission and boost service delivery within the state's public service. The wife of the governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, at the sensitization program organized by Ajoshipo Foundation, advised mothers and stakeholders in the state to take the health of their children a priority by embracing measles rubella vaccine. You also heard that the new executive have been elected to pilot the affairs of permanent secretaries, general managers, the clerk of the house, as well as other heads of government agencies. State News was edited by Temitope Alagbe Ugbeche and broadcast from OGBC Abeokuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website at ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio Abeokuta and on X at OGBC5FM. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.
24/7. You're listening to the hottest station.